Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you are here. Today we are going to be doing a monthly prediction for the month of November. This will function like any other pick a card. So we have 4 piles here. We have group number 1 with the malachite crystal. We have group number 2 with the black obsidian. Group number 3 with the fluorite. And group number 4 with the citrine. Please remember that throughout the video, just take whatever resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm going to give you guys a minute to feel free and pick your pile, and I will see you at your group. All right, group number 1, if you chose the beautiful malachite crystal, this will be your reading. So we're going to go ahead and get started with your tarot cards. We have the 6 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. Okay, group number 1. This November, you will be freeing yourself of some sort of past issue, past trauma. I feel like you have been caught up in something from your past, whether this was a love or just some sort of event that occurred when you were younger, something that left a lasting effect on you, something that might have began as looking like a good opportunity or something that was meant to be beautiful, but this event, this moment in your past has left you feeling trapped, has left you feeling sort of surrounded by anxiety, surrounded by depression. You might be wondering, like, what now? What if? You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. You feel completely trapped. And this is going to change because, first of all, with the 8 of Swords, right, she is trapped in a sense. She is bound with rope or with cloth and surrounded by swords, but she could easily get out of this situation, take off her blindfold and walk away. There is nothing that's keeping her from moving forward. And I feel like this November, group number 1, you are really going to be stepping into your power with the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. If you have been letting yourself get walked over, this is the month where you're going to realize that you have so much more power than you originally thought. And I feel like a lot of people have treated you negatively in your life. They've not been kind to you. They've thrown a lot of mean things your way, and you might have not said much for fear or just because maybe you believed it yourself. But this month I'm seeing that you're going to be finding your self-worth because you're going to be fighting against all these people who are going to be against you, or maybe they're going to see your change. They're going to see you're changing for the better, and they're going to want to bring you down, but you're not going to let it happen because you're starting to realize the person whom you truly are. You're someone with power. You're someone who's logical. You're someone who understands what you want from your life. And if you don't right now, this is something in November you're definitely going to be diving into. Okay, I feel like you're tired of being walked over. You're tired of being trapped in the past, trapped in a situation that's no longer present. And you want to move forward. And this is a month where you are going to begin to do that by, first of all, truly understanding who you are. And I think when you go through the situation, when you are trying to move forward, when you're trying to better yourself, you need to look at it sort of separate from the event in an objective way, because many of the times we'll take things very personally and it becomes very difficult to understand what the true situation is. But I feel like you need to be logical, yet at the same time keeping that emotion. Okay? And the truth is, yes, there might be people who are going to maybe try and stop your change, but I really don't recommend going full against them. I think you need to sort of keep it balanced. If someone starts to try you or try and fight you or, you know, tell you what they think and you don't want to know, you shouldn't react so aggressively or so quickly. Truthfully, I think you need to react balanced. So if someone does come up to you and say, oh, you've changed, why have you changed? Or, you know, as people do when we try and change for the better, Some people become upset, some people become offended. Instead of reacting negatively really quickly and saying, what's it to you? I think you should take a step back and look at it from this new state that you're going to be in, because you're going to feel sort of on top of the clouds. You're going to recognize that you have power, you have control, and these situations in your life, these people in your life are no longer going to be able to have control over you. They're no longer going to be able to bind you. Okay, because this November, you're really, really going to be understanding that in all situations, you have a choice and you have the chance to take control. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have, it's time to take action. So because of this whole situation, there may have been something you were avoiding, something you're trying to stay away from. There might have been a passion as a child you've walked away from because of how life has taken you. But since you will be once again falling into your power, I think this will be the month for you to really take action from a good place, because when we are depressed or anxious or sad or angry all the time, a lot of the action that we take is not the best action. But since you're going to be in such a good place, since you're going to be taking the higher road, you can take action that's inspired, something that's going to lead to something new, something that finally is going to be what you want and what you've been wanting. Okay? If you see smoke, that's my incense burning, by the way. Let's see what else we have here. We have Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Yes, you are really going to be stepping into your power. Now you recognize that you are the shit. We have who or what is triggering you. Okay? So yeah, these people, this situation, whatever this was that was keeping you sort of stuck, that was keeping you upset, bound, you need to look at it and you need to analyze it, once again, like I said, objectively, okay? You don't need to dive head on in and just analyze everything about the situation. But if someone brings it up and you get upset, or when people do something to you and you react a lot, it might be time to step back and look at ourselves. That might be why you are maybe still a little bit reactive too much to situations, and that's why this card is here, because things trigger you really quickly. And what you need to do is reflect and try and figure out why it is that something is triggering you, because a lot of the times when we get mad, especially over little things, it's because either that's something we don't like in ourselves, or it's something from our past that brings us bad memories, and we should always reflect on that and try to heal through it. But again, like I said, this November, you are really going to be stepping into this power. You're going to be realizing that you have all of this potential inside of you that you haven't been tapping into. And you might be someone who wants to lead. You might be someone who wants to start your own company, your own business. You want to be the alpha in a situation. And you will be. And you can. And I think that this November, this is the beginning of your journey as someone who finally understands that you are in control and no one else is allowed to be in control but you. You hold the cards in this situation. We have spring. See your seeds grow. This could be something you've been manifesting. You might have been manifesting to see yourself as someone powerful. This could also mean that anything else that you've been manifesting, you're going to slowly start to see an evolution here, okay? November is not really the finale. November is more the journey, the progress. I feel like this is a month where you're going to see a lot of things changing in your life. If you've been manifesting things, you might not see them right now, but you might start to see the changes that your manifestation is bringing. Okay, so this is all about enjoying the journey, not just where we end up. So really this month, take a time to really focus on yourself and focus on what it is that you want, and do some shadow work, maybe look into a little bit of the things that make you afraid or the things that make you upset, and try to analyze why it is. You don't need to, go crazy and micro manage everything in your life and try and keep the lid at all times. put on, but you might want to see the things that trigger you the most. Is there something that someone says to you or brings up that makes you really, really upset? Is there something someone does? Maybe someone shows up late, or it could be something as simple as bringing you flowers and you get upset. Try and understand why that is so you can move forward and really be in your power, because queens and kings, supposedly are people who are emotionally mature, who understand the way of life and aren't always reacting so quickly to things because they need to have a calm, level head. And here we have both, air and fire, which we have the logical and calm, and we have the fiery and excited and passionate. So there needs to be a complete balance here where you're both logical and yet you're also, fired up. And that's what you really need to do this November, is to find that balance, to really step into that power. And we have, finally, I give offerings that are genuine. So this November is all about you really being who you are. That's why the action that you'll take, or the offerings that you'll give, or the time that you'll spend with others will all be coming from a place of trueness, from who you truly are, from who you are at your soul level, at your spirit level. Someone you may not have let out for a long time, someone you may not have even known existed inside of you forever. But really, you are going to be unlocking this side of you that is pure and that is truly, truly you. And when we become ourselves so fully and just love ourselves unconditionally, everything that we do and everything that we say comes from a place of higher being. And things, if you're trying to manifest, come to you much faster because you're working at a much higher vibration. And that's the way you manifest. You meet those things at equal level vibration. I think November is going to be a great month for you to try working with the law of attraction, because again, you're going to be raising your vibration a lot, stepping into your power and who you truly are. Okay, group number 1. That is all I see for your group. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, group number 2, if you chose the black obsidian, this will be your reading. Let's get into your tarot cards. We have the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. All right, group number 2, this is exciting. A lot of the things that you guys have been manifesting, which I see here could possibly be a career or more finances, a larger sum of money, it's going to be coming to you in November because of your hard work, okay? And if you haven't started manifesting, November might be a really, really good month for you to do so, because I feel like you are finally going to be really going after whatever it is this job is or this dream is, because this feels like something that you are talented at, you are skilled at, okay? Some sort of job or business thing you're entering. This could be something self-created, so a self-made business you're finally putting out into the market. But it really feels like you are starting something here that you're going to be working really, really hard throughout November, okay? And this is something that means a lot to you because you're going to be very protective. And I feel like you might be a little bit unreachable in the month of November, where people might ask you to go out or something like this, and you're going to say no because you're too busy, because you want this thing that you're working so, so hard at to come to fruition. And your dedication and your hard work is really going to make it come to you rapidly and fast. And I feel like this could also be a new job coming in. So if some of you have been looking for a job, this could be a new job that is really abundant, okay? November is going to be a really abundant month when it comes to finances and wealth and overall just career, I feel. Okay, and if you are in a career that isn't really related to what you are passionate about or what you're super talented at. For example, if you are in some sort of career having to do with technology or law, but you love to do art, I feel like you're really going to be focusing on this passion, this hobby, this thing that you're naturally skilled at, and it's what's going to be helping you this month really bring in this financial abundance. But I do want to give a little bit of a warning here, because it looks like you're going to be working so hard in November. You might get a little burnt out, okay? So make sure that you are creating some sort of boundaries, just keeping your work, work hard, but also give yourself time to relax, to do some self-care, to, go out every now and then, or just, watch some movies, spend some time, on your couch, or just resting, okay? Because really this month is going to be amazing for you when it comes to work and career and all of these things, but you need to make sure that you're also focusing on the other aspects of your life, even just a little, to keep yourself healthy and balanced. But for real, if you have been manifesting money, this is something that's going to be coming in quickly into November. I feel like even from the beginning of the month, it's just going to be money, job, work, money, job, work. And this feels like something you've been working at for a long time, okay? And something you actually like to work for. This is something that you've put in maybe your whole life. So this could be a promotion as well. Maybe you've been trying to work for a promotion. But it just feels like a culmination of your efforts is just coming together, and people are really going to start to see your talents and your skills. So if you have been somebody who at work, maybe people don't really notice you, or you get talked over, your ideas aren't listened to, this is really a month where you're going to be putting yourself out there, and they're finally going to be listening to you. It's going to be bringing you opportunities. That's going to create abundance in your life. So you really don't need to stress about money in November, because it feels like you are really going to be tapping into some good money here. And yeah, it just feels like something you really care about, because you're protective over it. You're very self-defensive. So again, this could be a promotion that you have been maybe fighting with someone else for. But I feel like in the end, people are going to see your hard work and your talents, and you're going to get the promotion, or you're going to get, the raise. But this is something that you really have wanted. This, again, like I said, this could be a new business that you're launching, a web page or some sort, but it's going to get the revenue that you want. It's going to get you the attention that you've been wanting. This career that you've been working really hard to get out there is going to be there, and people are going to notice it, and it's going to get revenue. It's going to get views. Okay, we have be bold and make the first move. So if you have been trying to launch a business or start something up, there's no more time to put it off, okay? November is really your month to just go for it. If you've been afraid to put yourself out there, don't be. If you've been trying to find a job, go to the interview, go to the job, even if they say you're not qualified, send in your application, because November really is going to be this month for you to put yourself out there, to put your business out there, your ideas out there, and get people to notice you, because it isn't just going to fall into your lap if you don't say anything. But if you have a $1 million idea, do something about it. If you've been wanting to open up an art studio, or you've been wanting to sell your art online, or you want to finally put a song on SoundCloud, or you want to ask your boss for a raise, do it. Okay, it is up to you. You have to be the one to make that first move. You have to be the one to make them notice you. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. And we have warrior woman. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? Exactly, you need to make that first move. You need to launch this business. You need to put yourself out there. Maybe you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Maybe it's something that you've been wanting to do, a conversation you've been wanting to have, but you've been maybe too afraid to. It's a little bit too scary for you. You're afraid that people are going to take it in the wrong way. Don't be, okay? Because if this is something that you truly have worked hard for, if this is something that you're skilled at, if this is something that, you know, you will put in all your hard work. Ooh, I'm tripping over my words. You will put in all of your hard work. It will be something that's going to pay off, and you need to make that first move. You need to put yourself out there and stop waiting for the universe to just hand it to you, because I feel like it's going to give you this opportunity to go for it, and you really need to take that chance, okay? And with awakening, I feel like, again, this could be really something that is a passion of yours. It could be your true calling in life, the thing that you've been wanting to do for so long. And I think the moment you finally make that decision to go out there and put that business online, or talk to your boss for the raise, or put your art on Etsy, it's gonna feel like you've finally chosen, you know, you've finally stepped into who you are. You're no longer hiding it away. You're no longer ashamed of it. You're just stepping into who you are and saying, yep, this is me, and I'm proud of it. Because I think if you believe that you are hardworking enough and you're skilled enough in whatever it is that you want, you're gonna make it work. You're gonna be successful in it, right? Because a lot of the times we might start a job because, oh, it makes more money. But if you're not passionate about it, sure, you'll make money, but you won't be the best at it. But if you start at something you're passionate in, something that you know you're gonna put in all of your hard work, you will be the best at it. And I feel like this is what's gonna be happening in November, is you're finally going to step into that thing that really is for you. And we have make plans and focus. Yes, okay? November, you are planning and you are putting into action. This is something you may have been putting off for a long time. You may not have put all your energy into, but it's something you need to put all of your energy into, okay? Because the moment you finally write down those goals or those plans on a sheet of paper, and you look at it day after day after day, and you actually start taking those first steps, it's going to come into fruition. Because I feel like some of you have really had this idea in you for a long time, and you've sort of let it sit there and marinate, but you actually haven't done anything about it. And you know, the truth is, when it comes to things like law of attraction and manifestation, or making things happen, we can think about it all we want, and that's amazing and that's awesome, and that'll bring opportunities. But if we don't actually act on it, there will be no results, there will be no success. And so besides, you know, doing what you love, I also feel that you're someone who wants to be financially stable. You want to have surplus of money, be abundant. And to get to that point, you really need to start putting in that hard work now. And November is going to be a really, really great month for you to focus on this, okay? Really focus on it. Remember, give yourself time and rest, but really, really, really focus on this job, this career, this idea. And we have two here. So I converse with awareness, and I act respectfully of others, okay? So don't let yourself get so caught up in this intensely where you sort of forget your boundaries with others, okay? If someone does invite you to something and you don't want to go, turn them down with respect. Don't forget that people also might not know what you're doing. They might not know, you know, why you're working so hard. So be aware that not everyone understands as well. So if someone's, you know, questioning you, there's no need to get super, super upset or disrespectful. You just need to tell them honestly. And if they don't want to listen, then you can walk away, okay? But remember that not everyone is on the same wavelength as you. Not everyone understands your ideas as much as you. And so you need to remember to have respect, and that when you speak to others, and that when you do this as well, you are being aware of what you're doing. You're not just mindlessly going at it. You need to be fully present when you're doing something so that it is the best it could possibly be. Okay, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! All right, group number 3, we chose the fluorite crystal. This will be your reading. Let's get started with your tarot cards. We have here the Ace of Swords, the Chariot, Temperance, the Hierophant, and the Five of Wands. Okay, group number 3. This November, I feel like first of all, you're going to be feeling a lot more creative. Some of you may have been in some sort of stump. You may have been in some sort of impasse where you weren't moving, you weren't sure what to do. And all of a sudden, it's like all of these ideas start bursting in. You've been waiting for inspiration maybe, and it feels like it's just going to charge in through the door, okay? This November, it feels like you're going to be fired up with new ways of doing things. You're going to want to try all new sorts of goals and hobbies maybe. You're someone who maybe you've been wanting to find what you want to do in life, or the things you love, or your passion, and you've just sort of felt stuck. And it feels like in November, it's going to be really quick for you to start getting those ideas back in. However, though, you need to be careful that you're not letting it sort of go crazy, because I think you're going to get so many ideas and so many options possibly that you're going to want to do everything. And since you've been in some sort of like impasse, or you've just not been really moving in the past, it's like all of a sudden all of these new things are here, and you're just going to be, you know, with all of these ideas, and maybe with people, you're going to be trying to share your ideas and no one's listening, and it just feels like you need to sort of take a moment, take a breath, and remember to keep things balanced, okay? You want to make sure that you're giving your time, your attention to everything equally. I think you're someone who needs that sort of balance, and you want to create boundaries. That's very important, especially with the Hierophant here. I think you're someone who needs to create boundaries with things in your life so that it doesn't completely take you over. You might be the sort of person that when you really get into something, you know, you forget to eat, you forget that, you know, you might have a family to take care of, you know, a dog to feed, you have to answer your emails or your texts or something. But because this month is going to be so inspiring and you're going to be filled with so many new ideas, you might get a little bit off the rails and sort of retreat into yourself, and you're going to end up feeling burnt out if you don't take those breaks, okay? I feel like this will be a really, really great month for you to explore and adventure and start to figure out, you know, a lot about what you want. And if you're someone who already knows what you want, this is a good month for you to start setting up those plans that eventually will start to come into fruition, okay? You want to set that track, that course that's going to take you to the thing that you really want. But I really feel like you've been lacking inspiration, and those ideas are going to start to come in. They're going to start to flood everything, and they're going to be really, really good ideas that are going to be able to lead you to success. But you really just need to remember that you need to be balanced. Also, with this idea, or these ideas, the one that you really feel drawn to, the one that you might start planning and setting goals towards accomplishing something, is going to be something you really need to be committed to, something that you're going to spend your time in. It can't be something you flip-flop between, right? Because you have all of these ideas, you have all of these opportunities, these things you want to do, but there is one that is going to be the one that calls to you the most, and you really need to choose to be committed to that one, because that's the one that's going to lead you to the highest road of success. Okay, and we have communication is key. So if you do have people in your life or someone, you might want to make sure you're talking to them, because this month it feels like you're really just going to be focused on something else. And like I said, you might be retreating into yourself. So if you do have some partner or someone that you're with, they may feel you getting distant. But the truth is that you're going to be so focused on you this month that it might feel like there is some sort of distance. There's some sort of disconnection. And so you really need to communicate. And again, if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you are feeling like everything is sort of just getting too much and everything's getting muddy, you might want to talk with someone. Look for some help, okay? There might be some sort of mentor or coach or something that in the area that you really want to pursue that could help you. If you're somebody who's maybe been wanting to start a career in law, or something along that area, a longer term career, you might start looking into graduate school. Okay, because I feel like this is a commitment. Whatever this thing is that's coming in November, it's something that's going to be a commitment. That's why I feel some of you could be stepping into law school or finally entering some sort of law firm, because it's something that's going to be a commitment. And that's where all that fighting ideas might come in, because you're in somewhere new where, you're not really being completely listened to right at the beginning. But if you aren't getting into some sort of thing like this, it's just an idea that's coming in that's going to involve long-term commitment. And you might want to talk with someone to figure out, what's the best plan for this? What is the best, goal setting I can do for this career, for this passion, for this hobby, this opportunity? Okay, let's see what we have. We have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So yeah, group number 3, make sure that even though you're so inspired and it feels like, oh, you finally have everything, you have all the ideas and ready, and you just need to go and do and do and do, you are setting those boundaries. And you're remembering, you need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to shower, you need to, take care of those people that you might need to take care of. If you have responsibilities, don't forget those responsibilities. If you've made a promise to go out somewhere, keep your promise, keep your word. But establish those boundaries that you need with your career. And we have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. Okay? You, this month, really feels like you are going to be figuring out a lot about what you want long term. This is something that I feel like some of you might also be younger. If you are watching this and you're trying to figure out, where to study, where to major, what your life is going to be, and you might feel like you're not so sure yet. And I feel like a lot of you might not feel sure, but you do have some sort of idea in the back of your mind of the thing you want to study, the thing you want to pursue. And in November, I'm really telling you, I recommend you to talk to someone who knows, okay? For example, I've always wanted to pursue writing, and it's something that I'm currently doing. I'm choosing to study English. And so, you get told a lot that there's no jobs and it's useless, but when you finally speak to someone who works in that field, you realize there's a lot more than what people who don't know anything about it are going to tell you. And so if you are afraid to step into something new, talk with someone who knows, talk with some sort of mentor, some sort of professor, or some sort of expert in that field who's going to be able to give you more clarity than, Google can, because anyone can write an answer on Google. You might be asking about law, and there could be, a baker writing about how law is a stupid degree, and that's not the complete truth. So speak to people who know. Okay, but this is really about you doing what you want, and you're going to finally start to understand. You might have never had a real passion or a real talent, but it's like in November you might start to discover more about yourself and more about what you want. And it's going to feel very exciting, but remember, you need to retreat and recharge, okay? Because it is going to be so exciting. I feel excited, and November is going to be a really exciting month, and it's going to be filled with, questions and ideas and planning, and you might be researching a lot. But you need to remember once again to set those boundaries, take that rest, take that breath, okay? Because you're going to be all over the place, and you need to make sure you're not losing yourself or even stressing yourself out, because even if we love something so much and we start to get so excited, we also sometimes start to get stressed out, and that's where that, passion might start to go downwards, or that dream starts to get tainted. So you want to make sure you're giving yourself a break and a rest. And we have I spread joy. Okay, so November, this is all about being your best self. You're going to be in a really good place. And if you've been stuck, if you've been at an impasse, if you've just not been feeling great, I feel like you're going to be feeling revitalized, like energy has just struck you all of a sudden, and there's so much you want to do. And you're going to be someone this month that everyone wants to talk to, but you're going to be so busy. So it's just like everything is going to be happening, and a lot of it's going to be great. You just need to remember to take that deep breath, to understand what's going on, and just, ask for the help that you need, ask for the guidance that you need, and take a breath, and you will figure it out. All right, group number 3, that is all I see for your group. I really do hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I love to know what you guys think. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. All right, group number 3, if you chose the citrine, this will be your reading. So let's go ahead and get into your tarot. We have the 9 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the 2 of Wands, the Moon, the Emperor, and the Ace of Cups. All right. Group number 4. So first things first, I think a lot of your manifestations or things that you've been working to attract into your life are going to be making an appearance this month, okay? Because the 9 of Cups is the wish card. This is the card that talks about receiving and asking for all the things that you want. And this really feels like a month where you're going to be trying to attract all of the things that you want in your life, whether that could be travel, that could be love. And it feels like a lot of it is going to be coming to pass, okay? We have here the Ace of Cups and the Emperor. I'm already getting excited too. You guys could be attracting new love into your life. I feel like there has been a process of figuring yourself out. You might have gone through some sort of spiritual awakening, right? With the Moon, I feel like you've done a lot of shadow work. You've done a lot of emotional getting in touch with yourself, and you might not have always been super in touch with your emotions, but it feels like you've done a lot of soul searching. You've gone places and you've tried to understand, why you're here, why you're on this planet, why your soul is here, and you've started to work with energy. You started to work with the universe and to come into alignment. And it feels like in November, a lot of this work that you've been putting into is really going to be rewarded. I do advise that you do not, give up this soul searching that you do, this getting in touch with the universe. I feel like talking to the universe, working with things like the Moon is good for you. When you get in touch with the energies of the universe, when you get in touch with your soul, it's the best way for us to grow and to learn more about ourselves and about the universe as a whole. And that's what allows our vibration to rise. And if you have been trying to manifest all these things, that's extremely vital in November, is that you make sure that your vibration is on a high level. Okay, but this month really feels filled with blessings, okay? Just things you've wanted. You might have been trying to start some new career or some new hobby. You're going to be feeling really creative, okay? You're going to be in touch with your emotional side. This is a month of stability, and you are going to be the leader of your life this month. You are going to be the one calling the shots. I feel like you might have some sort of trip planned, and this could be something that's going to introduce you to someone new, because it feels like you have been trying to attract some sort of love or companionship. And if you haven't, again, the Ace of Cups can also stand for some new sort of creative endeavor. You might be more artistic, might be more musical, and this could be a month where you're really going to be getting in touch with that side of you. Okay, that side of you that is more of who you really are, who you are, at your core. But this is really going to be a month for figuring that out, but also just bringing in those blessings, because it feels like you've been doing that hard work for a long time, and you might be traveling this month. And if not, if you have been attracting someone, the person that might come in could be from some sort of foreign country, okay? But it really just feels like you're going to be bringing in a lot of blessings. Let me see what else I can get. I am tripping over my words so much today. We have don't let your past hold you back. So if you have been through some sort of shadow moment, because it feels like you have been through a spiritual awakening, and many times our spiritual awakenings come from moments that aren't so great in our lives, but they do teach us a lot. And so you want to make sure that nothing is holding you back. You know, don't be looking into your past so much. Okay, if you are doing soul searching, do soul searching now. Talk about the things that, you know, what do you want to do in your life now? You know, what are the things you love now? What are the things you might fear now? Okay, but don't look into your past so much. Don't let that, you know, keep you from these blessings. Don't let these blessings just pass you by because you're stuck in your past. Things that have happened in your past should not control who you are now, should not control what happens in your life now. If you've made some sort of mistake in the past and you've apologized and you've done your best to move forward, then, you know, let it go. Don't keep reliving that moment. Don't let things in the past hold you back, you know? If you have been in some sort of bad relationship and you've been trying to attract love, you know, let that bad relationship go. Don't let that, you know, affect the possibility of receiving a new relationship. You really want to make sure that you are moving forward and never backward. We have plates, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And we have align your life, what is no longer in alignment with who you truly are exactly. So if you want to be manifesting all of these blessings, you want to be bringing in all of these really good things that the universe has lined up for you, you want to make sure that you're working from your highest vibration. You want to make sure that you are really, really being yourself. And this could be a great month, again, for you to cut out that past. Cut out the things that no longer serve you, the things that no longer align with who you are today. That could be people, that could be things, material objects, that could be situations, okay? Some of you might be moving, or you're just going to be trying to leave a lot of the things that aren't good for you anymore behind, okay? If you've had some sort of relationship that wasn't great, you know, leave that in the past. Make sure that person is no longer in your life. If there's been something in your room that brings you bad memories, you might want to get rid of that, you know, and clean your space. I also hear clean your space so that way you are clear-minded. We have plays, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Again, I feel like some of you might be into humanitarian work across overseas. You are someone who worries a lot about the earth, and that's why I've been getting a lot of messages about the universe. You want to make sure that people are happy and are healthy and have all the things they need everywhere. And so there's a lot of things going on in the world at this moment that don't align with that, and that could be something that's making you, you know, look deep within your soul, because you might be someone who has money, or you do have food, or you have water, and there's other people in this planet that don't, and that could be something that truly, truly bothers you, and you are here to make a difference. And I feel like in November you might be feeling affected by those things that are happening in our universe, and you might want to feel more giving. You might be giving to charity or helping some sort of community that's in need of it. It feels like a lot of you, that's what you were brought here to do. Some of you may have been brought here to truly help humanity in some sort of way, giving your gifts and your talent to humanity. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have trust and thrive. So yes, this month really is going to be about you thriving. You're going to be receiving those blessings. You're going to be stepping into this power of who you truly are, releasing the past. Make sure that you are believing for what you want. If you do want a relationship, or if you want to travel, or if you want to feel more confident, more empowered, you just want to feel like you can have everything, you really need to trust in yourself. And you need to trust in the universe, because things won't happen if you don't believe they can. And so you need to have trust in everything, okay? And especially in yourself, because if you don't believe that you can do something, then you're not going to be able to do it. But if you believe you can, even if you haven't seen any evidence that you can, even if you don't have the skills or the talents, if you believe that you will be able to do it, you will put in that work and you will put in that action, and it will lead you to be able to thrive in whatever it is that you have been wanting to accomplish. And so we have I do good. So yeah, I feel like in November, a lot of you are going to be working with some sort of charity, or you're going to be helping. You might be really interested in, you know, movements around the world and helping with protests and, you know, just in general. You might be feeling really, really overwhelmed with what's going on in society and everywhere in the world because, you know, personally, I live in the United States and there's so much going on here now, but there's so much going on everywhere else in the world, and sometimes we forget, you know, as Americans, if any of you are Americans, that America isn't the only country in the world. And there's so many other places that need our help, and so many of us are privileged enough to be able to help. And I feel like you're someone who wants to help, you want to do good. And if you don't have money or you can't help, you know, you can always raise awareness. And it really feels like this is a month. If you want to receive, you really must give, okay? So if you want to receive love, give love, share love online. Make sure you're not hating, make sure you're not angry. You want to be the best version of yourself and working for others so others can work for you. You want to receive, then you must give. And it feels like that's not really going to be an issue with you guys. I feel like you're someone who wants to do good. So I really do recommend this November for you to do some sort of humanitarian work, maybe use your social media to advocate for different, you know, fundraisers and charities and groups that are helping people, raise awareness for situations that are occurring. If you can donate, you know, donate, because it really feels like your month is all about being a good person, because it's who you want to be, it's who you are, and that is also what's going to bring in more blessings. The more you give, the more you receive. All right, group number 4, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!